This is the design guide for the new Size Adjustable Expander Right template. We'll start by previewing the ad. And as you can see, it starts out in a standard 300 by 250 size. However, this can be adjusted to be any size and shape you like. It's not restricted to standard ad sizes. So in this instance, it's a 300 by 250, expanding out into something like a 600 by 500 pixel expanded area. And when we click close, it'll shrink back down to its original area. But the thing to remember for these size adjustable ads are it could be 100 pixels wide by 300 pixels tall, or 160 by 600. So it's configurable to fit in any standard ad unit, but it doesn't have to. That's up to you. And again, just like always, they can be set to automatically expand, automatically contract, or happen upon manual interaction like I'm doing here. So we'll go ahead and add this to our library and click on the edit button. Now, once in the library, you'll see the only text options to configure are what do you want to name that open and close button. Very self-explanatory here. Step 5 is what we're going to start out with here on the settings. So going through each one of these, how fast do you want it to collapse or expand? So we could speed it up, and when we preview, you'll notice that it pops open and closes a little bit quicker, a little bit faster than before. And again, you can set those to be whatever speed you want. Do you want it to automatically expand when it initially renders? If you click yes here, the ad is automatically going to open when the user first hits the page. If you do set yes here, it's automatically going to drop a cookie on their browser. And what that means is you can, if you want to, limit the number of times that auto expands to once every 24 hours, for instance. What this means is the next time the user comes back to that same page, if it's within 24 hours, the ad will not automatically expand. It'll actually stay in its collapse state until they manually open it. Once 24 hours expires and they revisit the page, it'll automatically expand again one time, drop a new cookie, and start that process over again. Do you want a delay for the auto expand, meaning when the user first comes to the page, would you like to happen right away, or maybe wait 5-10 seconds and have it automatically open? Do you want it to automatically collapse after it automatically opens? Yes or no? If so, how many seconds do you want it to take before it automatically collapses? Do you want it to automatically collapse when someone mouses off of the ad? Yes or no? Do you want it to automatically expand when someone rolls over the ad instead of clicking the open button? Yes or no? Next options are how big do you want this to be? So again, as I mentioned, let's make it 100 pixels wide by 250 pixels tall. If I do that, you'll notice the ad's much smaller on the collapsed area. It's still going to reference that same image, but you'd obviously tailor your image to custom fit whatever size and shape you've made this. So that's your collapsed width, collapsed height, any size between 1 and 1,000 pixels. And again, same thing for the expanded. How big do you want it? 600 by 450, 1,000 by 1,000? That's up to you. Next options, would you like to use an image as the collapsed state or an SWF file? Same thing for the expanded state. Would you rather use an image or an SWF file? If you switch this to SWF, you just come up here to Media, scroll down to the bottom, and you'll notice the last two options are for animations for SWF files. And again, you can upload those here as the expanded or collapsed states. Coming back down here, your final options. Do you want to move the open and close button to the bottom when it's expanded? Yes or no? Would you like to use a custom image instead of the standard close open button that we have in there? If you select yes, I want to use my own button, just come back up here to Media, and you'll notice the next three options after the first two are close button up image, close button over, and close button down. What that means is you can, for instance, this preview button is currently in the up position. When I roll over it, you notice there's a little highlight, that's the over, and when I click on it, there's a down state for that. So those are the three states that you can upload custom images for. Would you like to move the open and close button to the bottom when it's expanded? Yes or no? Use custom images for the close button? Yes or no, like we went over. And then finally, the location of the close button, left-hand side or right-hand side. So that's it for the design guide. As always, if you have questions, call us at 866-467-2289.